Logical Zay. It's always more than one way to think about anything.
King and Queens, I hope everybody's doing good, doing great, taking care of your health, stand to yourself. Remember, pop your ish in the comments section. I will be checking. Keep it respectful, no disrespect. And remember, a slow grind is better than no grind. Y'all can see by the title and by the thumbnail what we got going on. Let's get into this video, man. Let's go.
30 in like a week. I'm literally packing up my apartment as we speak so that I can move back in with my parents. It's a decision that I have honestly been thinking about for like a year, 2 years, and I'm finally swallowing my pride and just listening to God and, you know, following what he's telling me to do and go stay with him. It's not for financial reasons. I actually have a very good paying job. It's kind of just like a reset that I need because I've been living in a horrible city that I hate for the past 2 years. And at this point in my life, like, I don't know where to go. I don't know where to be. I literally just feel like there is not a place for me in the world right now. And I'm like just slowly trying to figure that out. Just so tired of, you know, having these goals and aspirations to live in certain places. And then I seem to be living this same exact cycle. And I think it's because I've been doing things that I want and not exactly what God is telling me to do. But I'm just finally surrendering to his will because apparently I've been doing it wrong. Like, I don't know where I'm supposed to be right now. And thank the Lord, I have parents who love me so much and who are going to help me move.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's a great thing to have parents that are always welcoming you to come back. You know what I'm saying? And whatever your situation is and whatever you're going through, whatever you're battling, to be able to have that right there, that resource, that sense of like, okay, I got family that's always going to help. Just having that dynamic is beautiful, man. Most people don't have that. You know, most people lose their parents, or just, you know, sometimes their parents are like real stiflers. They're like, nah, you ain't coming back. And I think it's such a beautiful thing to have those open arms and those open doors always, you know, welcoming you back. And that's a beautiful thing. And again, we all go through things, you know, and she said her situation is not financial. It's just a mental thing that she's battling right now. And that's nothing's wrong with that at all. You know, and I think we are so critical and a little too judgmental towards other people's lives based on the stage where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Based on the level of where they are, based on the age of where they are. It's like, oh, you're 30 plus and you're living with your parents. You heard what she said. I have a great job. So it's not always about that. And I think people just need to mind their business for the most part and just realize that anything can happen. You could be up here one moment and life will just completely knock you down, whether it's relationship, friendships, a job, whatever it is, your mental, anything can happen, drugs, whatever. So try not to be super, you know, judgy when it comes to stuff like that. Just be more open-minded to realize that life is difficult and nothing is easy right now. And it really never has been. But, you know, it's all about, you know, how you set yourself up and where you place yourself in life mentally and environment wise.
And who want me to be there, you know, they're excited to have me. So, you know, I'm so blessed for that. It's kind of like when you start over from scratch, there's a world of endless possibilities that can come your way, you know, like I'm looking at this as like a reset for my life, you know. Thankfully, I also have a job where I can live anywhere too. So
if you have the privilege to move back home and reset for a bit, there is nothing to be embarrassed about. I moved back home to Florida and moved in with my parents at 28 years old after living on my own for 2 years in San Diego. I was so scared to make the move back home. I was afraid of what people were going to think of me. I thought people were going to think I was a failure. And honestly, for the first couple of months, I did feel like a failure. I really struggled to adjust coming back home. And even though it was so hard to make that decision to come home, it was the best thing I ever did for myself because it's been almost a year and my life has completely changed. I've been able to lose 30 pounds. I've paid over $20,000 of debt. I am working my dream job, and I've also been able to grow my YouTube.
Yeah, I think that's that. We love to have our thoughts on other people's opinion and remove that. Stop worrying about what other people think. This is the perfect time where you need to remove that idea that you have about, oh, people are going to look at me like this. Forget that. That don't matter. Go ghost for a minute. Go rogue for a minute. Go off the grid for a year's time. Stay off social media or months, whatever you need to do. Work on yourself and then pop back out on top because people are not going to see what you got going on. It's the fact that a lot of y'all are putting yourself out to the internet for people to critique. But if you just go underground, you go underground for a year, rebuild yourself and come back up. Nobody's going to know what you got going on. Nobody's going to know you was with your parents. Nobody's going to know that you was going through a financial hardship. that whole time that you stay quiet, you stay in the shadows, you work on yourself, nobody's going to know. But then once you pop back out, they're going to see like, oh, snaps. And then that's when you reveal your story. Then that's when you reveal what you did to get to where you are now. And then they're going to be like, oh, you did that? See, you might be more of a help to people than you think you are a hindrance. See, you're going to be actually lacing somebody with some game. And I think that's the thing that we need to do. Stop worrying about your age. Stop worrying about, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't do, oh man, I don't want to go back. No, it's okay. Y'all got to just work through that stuff. Work through it, and then come out on top. Because we don't know what you got going on behind the camera. We don't know what you got going on in your personal life. We only know these things because y'all are exposing it to the internet. Y'all make TikToks and all these videos and y'all putting out to the internet. Everything that you go through in your private, you put it on the internet for the public to see. So that's why you feel like that. And then stop watching other people's lives. They say comparison is the thief of all joy. And me personally, I just think being inconsistent is, but that's another one. You know what I'm saying? Stop comparing your life to other people's lives. Work on yourself for you, because only you know what you need to do for yourself. Nobody else.
Channel and focus on my content creation. I genuinely could not be happier and more fulfilled with myself. And even though it was so difficult to start all over again, and it was definitely a hit to my ego after living on your own to then going back home and living under your parents' roof, like it is definitely
an adjustment
hit.
For sure.
But if that's what you need to do in order to reset for a little bit and find stability or focus on yourself, on your goals, whatever it is that you need to do, and you have the privilege to do so, there is nothing to be embarrassed about.
We just got everything out from the apartment. I can't believe I'm actually moving back with my parents at the age of 34. Sometimes you have to take a step backwards just to move forward. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm definitely going to miss having my own space for sure. Nothing beats, that's the best feeling in the world, just having your own space. But the only thing I can do from here is just move forward and just
this video, perfect example, and I'm just using it for an example. We wouldn't know that he was moving back with his parents at 34, but now that he's posting that he's moving back with his parents at 34, people in the comments, you got idiotic people, you got childish people in comments, you got people who act like they don't know about reality, they don't live in a real world where things can happen. They're going to be in the comments judging this guy because he posted it. But if he didn't post this and then pop back out at 36 and had his crib and house, we would only know the crib and the house. 36 years old, I got my crib now, we would only know that. So I'm just using this as an example of what I meant when I was talking about what I was saying before.
Try to improve and better myself. I am very grateful to have my family to fall back on during times like these. So I'm very grateful for that. And we'll see where the next journey takes us.
People are moving back in with their mama and their daddies and their grandparents. I want you to think about that for a second, because I don't think we talking about this enough. It is so hard to live and maintain life as an adult that people are moving back in with their parents. People, not like 24, 25, people in their 30s are moving back in with their parents because it's just too fucking expensive to live. Like, something about that is really fucking me up in this process of life, in this moment of my life right now. Like, my parents and grandparents are all deceased today. So if I needed to go somewhere in this economy for whatever reason, I don't have the option to go back to my parents' home. Not only does that sadden me, but it also scares me. I don't have the quiet luxury of having a safety net. And that is so interesting to me. I don't know what to do with that information right now.
That right there means that you're just going to have to grind harder. You know what I mean? That means you're going to have to lock in. I mean, you're going to have to have better money management. That means you're going to have to strategize a lot more with what you're doing, the things you're entertaining, where you're spending your finances, how you're saving your money, so on and so forth. That's just what that means, unfortunately. And that's why I say it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a great thing to have family to fall back on. But for his situation, again, another reality, real life and real time situation where somebody may not have the same thing as you. And this is why it's great to be appreciative and great to build friendships and things like that and good connections, whatever the case, But just speaking to his situation, I think, like I said, you just got to strategize, bro. Now it's time to fully lock in and make sure that you never have to rely on anybody. And I think that's the beauty, too, of being on your own. It's like, I'm solidified. I don't necessarily have to go back to my mom's crib. I can just readjust in my own space. I can readjust in my own mind. I can readjust with my own finances. I know how to make sure that I don't never have to go back. And if you do, again, that's okay. But this is that time, and this is his reality where he has no place to go back to.
But that is scary. AF.
Moving back in with your parents is like a fucking humiliation ritual. Like, that shit is literally from the depths of hell, bitch. And they swear they be eating it up like they just right about everything. No, babes. No.
It just depends on what type of parents you got. Do you got parents that understand situations in life? And if I had to move back with my mom or my grandmother, who are two individuals that raised me, my mom wouldn't have no issue with it. My grandma wouldn't have any issue with it. They'll be happy. They'll be like, yeah, sure, come on back. My grandma, come on, Mio. You know what I'm saying? My mom, come on, boo. You can sleep in my room if you need to. Or, it's about what type of family connection you have and how your parents are and how they raise you and how they look at you. It's like my mom and grandma know, like, okay, he been on his own for a long time. Like, something must be going on to where he need us. And if he need us, we always here to help him out. So it's just, that sucks to have them kind of parents who have that "I told you so" mentality. That sucks.
Oh, babes, I'm not gonna give you that. I don't give a fuck. Life is not hard. It's, just get a little fun sometimes. That's what it is. Life is not hard.
I moved back in with my mom at the age of 33 with 3 kids. Not because I wanted to, because I needed to. I outgrew the phase of living in the car, and staying any longer would have just been ego. Let me show you guys the room I grew up in. This is what I grew up in. I need my mom help more than ever right now, and I'm not gonna let pride and ego not take it.
I did it. I moved home. Get me the fuck out of here. Honestly, kudos to everybody that's moved back home after living by themselves, because this is one of the toughest transitions I have ever had to do. It's something so difficult about this transition I'm in, because I mean this in a very nice way, okay? There are too many people talking to me. Because if it's not about those damn dishes, if it's not about coming home at a certain time, if it's not about complaining about what time I wake up in the morning, it's about something. It's about something. And you know what? Maybe God just wants me to be very emotionally intelligent, because the way that my patience is tested every single day.
I'm going to say this about moving back in from having your own space. Huge adjustment. I completely agree. I definitely feel where she's coming from. To have that space of waking up, knowing that you hear nothing. It's you moving things around. It's you lounging and flouncing on your couch. You get to walk out and see you, just looking at my living room right now. Just looking at the space, it's like, golly, this just feels so amazing. You get to have guests if you want to. You can tell people to leave if you want to. You can have your solitude if you want to. It can be quiet. It can be loud. You can have the colors how you want it. You just have full control. It's nothing like just sleeping in, not hearing nothing, and waking up, lifting the blinds. It's so much freedom in that. It just feels amazing. And then going back to being in this small room, and then you waking up, and then you see people out, your grandma's house, you got everybody over there, and there's a lot of noise going on, and clacking of the pans in the morning, and it's just like, it's a lot of clutter. It's just like, golly, huge adjustment. But again, it's always more than one ways to think about anything. All right. So this is what I'm here for, man, to give y'all a different perspective. If you have to go back with your people and your situation is not working and things are not aligning the way you want them to, and if you have that space and opportunity to do it, do it. For people that don't want to do it, lock in what you need to lock in with. All right. With that being said, love, peace, and prosperity. Hello or goodbye. Talk to me. Do not yell at me. We elevate until we hear the head. We ain't bleeding yet. Spread love, not hate. I see y'all when I see y'all. Be great, man. I'm about to eat. I'm starving, as y'all can see. I'm stuttering on my own words. But put your comments in the comment section. All right, go on.